Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Elsa Salsabila and I'm from class B. And today I want to talk about five approach or method about how to teach speaking on pedagogy of speaking class. So the first one is task-based language teaching. So this is an approach to language learning that focuses on tasks. So the students are given a task that they have to meet at the end of the class. And this approach basically derived from CLT, which is communicative language teaching, but emphasizes learning by doing. So some figures of this approach are Rod Ellis, who has written extensively on the principle and implementation of TBLT, and David Noonan, which is one of the pioneers in the development of TBLT. In this approach, we focus on activities that are centered on completing tasks, which can help students to use language in real-life situations and build their participation and also confidence in the class. So, teachers can make activities like assigning students to do a role play to simulate a real-world conversation. This approach needs the tone of creativity on the teacher in designing the tag, and it also requires careful planning so the students can engage and feel excited in the class. The second one is DocMe ELT. DocMe ELT is a student-centered English teaching approach that emphasizes spontaneous communication, direct classroom interaction, and the use of materials generated from student and teacher conversation. This approach emphasizes direct interaction. Scott Thornberry and Luke Meetings are the main figures who popularized the DocMe ELT approach. In this approach, there are key points. The first is conversation driven. So the class is about talking. Students and the teacher talk to each other a lot. There is no fixed plan. What they talk about decides what they learn. The second, materials, like DocMe doesn't use many books or papers. The teacher and students just what's around them, their own stories, things in the room to learn English. So it's more creative. So focus on emergent language. The third is focus on emergent language. So DocMe pays attention to the language that comes up during the class. When students make mistakes or have questions, the teacher helps them right there. They learn what they need to know in the moment. Teachers can make activities like significance of learner's name, which requires students to ask each other about their names and report their findings to the class, and also write a short text about their name's significance. In this approach, there are advantages. The first one, improves speaking skills, so students become more confident in speaking and more active in discussions as they learn through hands-on experience. The second is increase student motivation and participation, because students are given the freedom to choose topic based on their personal interests, which fosters their motivation and creates a comfortable atmosphere for speaking. There are also disadvantages, which are less experienced teacher, so teacher who lack confidence in speaking English or who are used to teach with textbooks may have difficulty in implementing the ELT. Also, it's not suitable for all levels since it encourages spontaneous communication and real interaction. Beginner learners might find it difficult without a book. The third is ARC. ARC stands for Authentic, Reflective, and Collaborative. It is an approach in teaching that emphasizes real-life experiences, self-reflection, and collaboration to improve students' speaking skills. Central figures of this approach are John Dewey and John Piaget. In this approach, there are key concepts: speaking activities that reflect real-life situations, students assess their progress and plan improvements, and learning through teamwork and peer feedback. This approach can be done, for example, by making group discussions that require students to discuss like social issues and they can share their opinion. This approach can enhance speaking confidence and boost motivation as well as participation of the students. However, his approach also requires teacher flexibility and can be challenging for the beginner because it needs spontaneous speaking. Next is communicative language. So, according to Richards and Roger 2001, CLT is a method that emphasizes interaction, which can develop students' abilities to communicate rather than just learning grammatical things. The key features of this approach are focus on communication, which encourages real-life expression. And the second, student-centered learning that involves students in activities and feedback to improve speaking. And then integration of skills, which combines grammar with real-life language use for better communication. This approach can help students to speak confidently, encourage real communication, keep students motivated, and etc. But also can take more time to prepare lesson, might not suit all learners and need skilled teachers. The last one is CLL. CLL, or Community Language Learning, is a method developed by Charles Curran during the 1950s. This approach fosters a closer teacher-student relationship, emphasizing English practice in a supportive learning environment. There are key points in this approach. The first one, humanistic approach, which focuses on reducing student anxiety and creating a supportive learning environment. The second one, teacher as a counselor, acts as a guide rather than a traditional instructor. And student-centered learning, students choose what they want to learn. And then focus on communication, it is emphasizes speaking skills and self-expression. The last, gradual independence, which students move from dependence on the teacher to independent language use. In this method, the teacher can make activities that require students to talk even in their native language, and the teacher can translate students' sentences into the target language, and then the student can repeat it with the teacher's guidance. In this approach, there are advantages, which is increasing self-confidence, so students feel more comfortable talking because they study in a supportive environment. Also, encouraging collaboration because students work together in groups so that they interact more actively. Flexible learning. The material is tailored to the needs of students, making it more relevant. There are also disadvantages. Dependence on teacher. Students often depend on the teacher to translate or give the right phrases. Also, lack of focus on grammar because it is emphasizing communication more. The grammar aspect can be less noticed. Not suitable for large classes. This method is more effective in small groups because it requires a lot of direct interaction. I think that's enough. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.